It's telling me that it is sending data, so I guess we are live.
All right. How's it
Right.
going?
Well, I've been busy. I've been busy doing my working and doing hobbies and stuff.
What?
So
You mean your life is not coding day and night and completely consumed by that and nothing else?
let's say that ship has sailed.
I
Like,
I don't think it's a healthy I think it's a healthy narrative of the industry and the work.
you mean that if you want to be a successful programmer, you have to be completely dedicated, and just or what? How do you?
Yeah, I mean that. I mean
Yeah,
like this idea that like you have to code and nothing else and always
yeah,
be coding. I mean, yeah,
yeah.
always be coding, but like live your
So
life, Jesus.
I think that in the long run, you have to maintain, of course, the work-life balance. That's one thing, but also intellectually, you have to step away from the computer and read a book, meet some people, see
Hmm.
a movie, get fucked up on alcohol, or if that's your
Yeah.
game. It's individual, of course.
Go to a museum. That one's good.
Definitely go to museum, travel,
Yeah.
eat at a restaurant if you haven't eaten at before,
Yeah.
meet with strangers and just talk, right, to
Hmm.
people. Because I strongly believe that if you do that, then once you come back to your workstation and your local host, you will benefit from that, and you will see things from a different perspective. So
Yeah, I think so too.
yeah. But then again, it's also like, um, software development, in my opinion, is about solving problems. It's a solving problem endeavor, or
Hmm.
enterprise, right? And you can see that if you follow our streams, like, there's always something, especially when you learn new things. But even if you're proficient in a framework or a programming language, you still end up doing things that you haven't done before, or you've done them but they were slightly different in a different project, and there's
Hmm.
always a tweak
Yeah.
and a twist on everything, right? So and this problem solving ability is, and I've said this to my students before, and I always, this is a mantra of mine. It's like, get used to solving problems, and if you do that in life in general, then
Hmm.
you will become also a better programmer, in my opinion, right? Because then
Yeah.
you're this mindset of, oh wow, uh, this was unexpected, never never encountered this before. Let's see what we can do about it, right?
Yeah. And learn to. I mean, I don't think you have to learn to enjoy it. I think you can just allow yourself to enjoy it, and things will be things will be better.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So because this is it. You don't necessarily have to enjoy it. Like, yay, the
It's not
entire system,
working.
the entire system broke down. I just effed up a production site. No, 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 absolutely not. But then again, if you, for instance, f up a production site, if you corrupt some data, and you go and you just get paralyzed by it, and you're scared shitless, and start thinking about what will my boss say, or clients, and allow yourself to basically get paralyzed by that, then you won't solve the problem. If you just roll up your sleeves and say, okay, this was a f up, but let's move on. Let's fix it, and let's make sure I don't do it again later on. Um, that's I think that's the most important thing. So don't necessarily enjoy it, but don't fear it. Uh,
Yeah.
I think that's an important lesson.
Hmm. My
Uh,
Are you still getting a feed from my desktop?
I hope I am. I
No, I
am.
don't.
I am not.
Give me 2 seconds to reload
Yeah, I
the
think I will lose your
restream.
camera as well for a sec, for a brief sec.
No, I could, the camera is being fed to the streaming PC.
Okay, gotcha.
I think my Elgato took a little break just now.
It happens. I mean, I had a
Everyone needs to take a little break, you know?
yeah, I had
Yep.
a I have a backup Elgato device, just, and I did have to change it the other day, right? Like, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's. Can you go back to my screen just to see that we're okay?
Well, I think I get a new link, perhaps. Well, we'll see. No, no, no,
Oh
we're
yeah.
good.
Oh,
We're
there we
good.
are. Okay.
Good. All right.
Um.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's a good segue to your screen, and let's hear it, my
Yeah.
brother.
Let's
We,
hit it. So we ended on a buggy note.
yep.
In typical fashion, 5 minutes after we ended the stream, the problem was solved. So I will show what happened and why. In fact, I'll show instead of tell. I think that's better.
Or perhaps
So we are
show and tell, perhaps.
show and tell. So yeah, you can see that I'm behind Thomas now, and I have a bunch of uncommitted stuff that I'm going to stash in a second. But before I stash it, I actually want to show what's going on. So first, I want to enter into my virtual environment by running source and bin activate. And now, I can run manage pi test, for example, just to show you that indeed we're running one test. We're not getting any warnings. I can enter the shell. We were having problems with all these things. And so why were we having problems? Well, we had created our API app inside of, let me close all of this, inside of app. And we had done so because we innocently followed some tutorial that maybe we should have not followed. So the solution in question, and it kept yelling at us. If you go back and you watch the last stream, you'll see it kept yelling at us that it didn't find a module. So what I did is I kind of started from scratch. I went into models and I created a project model class with just the title, nothing else,
Mm-hmm.
And I was still getting the same problem. So then I moved API up a level and found documentation that basically says to do that. If we wanted to illustrate this, I can go into app and I can say dot slash manage. Really? No, of course I cannot say that. I can say dot slash manage pi app slash. I think this is what happens. I say when you say, is it start app, and if I say
API,
example,
right?
and then I say app,
Mm-hmm.
no, okay. So I'm not sure how we managed to run manage pi and how API, I can't remember how API ended up in the app directory. Let's say if I just run this, then we get an example here, which, if I create a class, I don't want to call it user, I want to call it books, and which has title, author, price. I get all this for free from
from Copilot. Yeah.
from Copilot. Thank you. And then I can run dot slash manage py shell. Let's see if we get a warning about about running a migration. We don't need to, of course, because this isn't doing anything quite yet. But the point is, as long as our different applications lives in root, so to speak, we're good.
Okay.
So I can delete example, goodbye. And I'm actually going to git stash everything because most importantly, I'm behind Thomas setup by one commit. So I'm going to git stash the whole enchilada. And of course I have this API, but I'm gonna fix that in a second, and then I'm gonna git pull Thomas test setup. And now, if I look at my code, API is back here. So I'm just gonna delete this API because I want to see the error we were getting, and I want to see it fixed because there are a couple of things you have to change, a few import statements, and I want you to see those too.
Absolutely.
Thomas.
Yep.
So dot manage py shell, this should fail. Holy cow, why doesn't it fail? Let's run test instead. Oh, because maybe we don't have the model in the app yet. Yeah, must be why. So let's have a look inside of inside models PY. Yeah, you have the project there. Why do you think this is working? What did you change anything after we went offline?
No.
No. Oh, it's because you're not yet importing.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the next step. We have to import API, and we were having such a trouble. And of course, now, right, it says, hey, no module named API. And it's basically when you tell settings PY, even though it's living in a directory inside of the project, it's looking out here. And so, and it can't look inside of itself, we found out. Oh, it can. Okay. Let's see if I can go into shell as well. Okay, great. So we can organize this any way we want. We were trying, what were we trying? API.apps.
So could it be something with my configuration?
No, I think we were just. I just want to try this API config. Does this still work? So that doesn't work. Maybe you are not a class. Let me just check that for a second. API apps. Oh, this is commented out. Okay. I'm glad we checked. I'm glad we're doing this. So now
yeah, because I moved it to the init py. Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
So you have to get rid of that. All of that could be, even the import, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So maybe let's now see.
You don't import, I think.
Yeah. I just want to make sure. If I go back to the solution that was working with your init py, yeah. So I think what we should do is to follow this structure whereby API, I'm going to move it out now. Move everything. It's not going to automatically move the imports, which we'll see in a second. So if I run this now, we should first get where is it? Installed apps. Name error. So you were looking in Art Nouveau APIs apps PY. So let's have a look in there. API config. Oh, I didn't grab the import. Sorry about that. Let's see now. Hey, and let's run the test. Right, so this is the part I wanted to show off.
Okay,
well, not show off, but I wanted to solve this together, right? It's like module not found, API, app.api. Oh, where do we have app.api? Well, we have it in the app URLs. So let's go into app, let's go into our URLs, and we notice, hey, okay, we no longer need this, right? Because API lives in root. So we did a change, we run the test. Oh, no, it's the same issue. But hey, if we look closely, we're like, this is in views now. So let's go into API and views, which is controllers, and look at this.
And now you have a different structure. Okay, gotcha.
So now we do this, and let's run the test again, and the test is happy.
Oh, all right.
And now I'm going to say git status, and I'm going to say git add the whole enchilada. And I'm going to say git ci-am, ci for commit, and I will say moves API Django app to root directory. And I'll say git push origin test setup. Do you want me to push to you as well?
No, no, I can pull it from you later. That
Okay.
doesn't matter. Yeah, just
Okay, that was the first thing. So now we've kind of cleaned up our mess from yesterday. Just a comment on it though, like I'm guessing that the reasoning here, but argue with me on this, is that they want, in order to encourage Django developers to really write like their Django projects as a set of applications, and then the idea is you reuse those specific
mm,
applications in different Django projects. That is why they kind of want the file structure to look like this and not to have everything hosted in an app. They're really trying to push you to write discrete objects, basically applications, um, microservices, whatever you want to call them, which I guess is valuable. Yeah.
mm. I guess right. Yeah.
Like picture that you have. Picture that the example I saw online is like if you have, let's say you have an e-commerce API,
Mm,
and you have one application that handles like let's say it handles the user, the order, the cart. We hate cart. The
yep.
order, finalized or not, and um, the actual thing that you buy, the product.
Yep. Yep.
And then you could have another application here that would handle tags.
Yep.
And then tags could, let's say that you built, the next thing you built was like a news content delivery, whatever,
Yep.
and you wanted tags, you could in theory be like, hey, I wrote this thing, this had tags, I'll just grab this application. But in kind of the spirit of what we were talking about at the beginning of this stream, like, aren't there still going to be things you have to tweak?
Yeah.
And like, unless you're like 10x unicorn coder, like, will I just see a lot of potential for pain.
Yeah. I see also potential for this is it. This is the thing that we had this discussion about microservices versus monoliths. You know, it, I was like back in 2016, 2017, I guess that I mean, Amazon is built around microservices, and the microservice architecture was very, very popular. And back then, we were doing a lot of monoliths, like huge Rails apps, and that was perceived like Stone Age and old time shit, right? But the
Mm-hmm.
thing is that like with I buy the microservices approach, of course, because it has a lot of possibilities. But there is also the way I see it, and that's perhaps because of my ignorance that I don't know better that you create a lot of overhead, uh, you know, and I'm talking about the grand scale of things, right? But how does this resonate with what we are seeing in Django? Well, we only dab with it just for a few hours, but I see a lot of overhead here as well, right?
Mm.
And I think we touched upon it the other day, like with Fast API, you just build one thing. This is a very small API, right? And we just want to open up an endpoint and get the data, right? And here we have all these possibilities with interchangeable, with code reusability or talking to Java. Potentially, perhaps we can. I assume you can deploy those apps to different, virtual servers or containers or whatever you want to do. And perhaps there is a
Well,
lot of
maybe, yeah.
upside, a lot of positive things with that. But there's also complexity, and complexity kills projects and developers
Yeah.
in the long run. But I
Hard
don't
to
know.
avoid.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, I think we keep diving. So our goal for today, apart from getting the code running up and running, is to expose an endpoint and serve whoever pings us. No authentication here. We just want to serve
a
whoever
collection
pings
of,
us
yeah,
with some projects.
right. And I remember, like, before we stumbled upon this app or API application mess that you solved beautifully. I just,
Beautifully, I don't know.
yeah. Well, I salute you for doing that. But what we did was like we uh, I was well, let me see. Yeah, I was trying to open up a console to see if I can use the factory to actually create an object. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Because in our test we have this like a before action, I guess, or in the test. I don't know. I don't recall how we did that. Yeah, in the setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to use the factory,
Yeah.
and so is there a? Could you open up a console and just see if you can actually use the? Because we did define a factory, didn't we?
Yeah. Let's open up the console, and then I just have to remember here in the factories
You have a project.
we have a
Yeah.
project. So I need to pip install factory.
Or I think it's in requirements, right? So
Yeah. So I don't think I have the factory. So I need to run. Remind me. It's pip install
R and then requirements text.
-r requirements text. No, I look like I have Django. Wait a minute. Do we not did? Oh, factory is not here.
Oh,
Did you remember
perhaps
to run pip freeze?
perhaps I did not. So I think
I
you need
think,
to.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. So can I just run? Do you remember if it was? Can you look in your factory in your requirements txt on your local host just to see
Let's
if
see.
we have if it's called factory boy or if it's called factory? I can't remember.
It doesn't say anything in my requirements txt.
Oh yeah, because well, will you run pip freeze
Right, right,
requirements
right, 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 right,
txt and that should spit it out,
right, 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 right.
and then I can just
Where's my terminal? Where's my terminal? Come on, hold on. Okay, there it is. No? Oh, there it is. Okay, too many screens. Pip freeze. And what was it? Pip freeze. Then
requirements txt. I think that's it.
right. So it is factory dash boy.
So I'm gonna do a pip install factory dash boy,
Mm-hmm.
and it's collecting some stuff.
And now you can freeze it, I guess.
So I'm gonna say pip freeze requirements txt. Great.
Right, and faker came with it.
Yeah. Why did my VS Code not update that? Am I? Oh, because I need. No, I am in the environment.
That's weird.
That is very weird. I don't like that at all.
And I froze mine and it didn't update either. Do you have to write to it? Like a passing a R flag?
Oh,
No, that's
maybe.
read. No, the or V. No, no, that shouldn't. Let's. You know what? Let's. I'm gonna remove the requirements txt and redo it. Just let me just switch to mine for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm gonna remove this, which I shouldn't have to do, but let's just try it. I delete this thing, and then I let's move this out of the way and get this up here, and let's freeze it again. There we go, and let's go over here, and there's nothing here.
Well, maybe it needs a flag that I forgot. Let's have a look at that real quick. Pip freeze requirements. What do I get when I Google that? For pip freeze. Okay, it is a.
And
it is a -r.
It is. Let me try that then.
Yeah, will you try that?
So we just do the thing, but we pass in the -r flag.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
No such file. No. So
well, I mean, just okay.
let's just do help on freeze. Right.
Oh. Try Python. No, because we're just using pip. Okay, maybe we have to, maybe pip by itself can only install packages, but not write to files. So maybe try a python-m pip freeze
Let's try that.
requirements.txt.
Let's Python 3, right? Because that's what I use.
Well, yeah, but you're in your environment, so Python might suffice.
Right, okay.
Yeah, yeah. With the parents yet.
Right. Okay, so Python, and then
-m.
all right, and then pip
freeze requirements.txt.
All right, and let's see what that came up with. Nothing. All right, what if I just do pip freeze?
Yeah, what does it say?
Nothing. What the hell?
And you're in the right environment, right? I think you are.
Yeah. But we didn't have this problem before. Let's come on. Let me just, you know what? Let me. What? Right. Let's. Why would we? Of all weird things, how is it that we end up in this with this shit? I mean, this is a bit ridiculous, isn't it? We didn't have this problem before.
No.
Pip freeze to file, right? No, look, there is this. Right.
You need to pipe it? Okay. But he's saying not to do that?
Well, he said that it's harmful, but
okay, it did work for me.
okay, same here.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
It's harmful.
In what way is it harmful? What is he talking about? He says, as a way to have the problem, there are a few dangers with this approach. Mainly, the libraries have their own dependencies. We will get surfed via pip freeze. So, these dependencies, the beginning of the update, but okay. So a solution. Let's look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, so you want to handcraft
but what if we're very lazy and we prefer to have the computer do it for us?
Right.
Okay, so it's one extra command. It's not so bad.
Git command, right. I don't even know what the hell he's talking about, to be honest. What the problem is? I see the problem ish, but so what he's talking about is that he surface everything, and that some of the things might got outdated. So that's a corner case. The outdated issue is it's a corner case. But so in Rails we do handcraft our gem files. We do handcraft them. So handcrafting is not a bad, writing manually is not a bad thing. And then you create a gem file log file, right? Which is also the case with both npm and with yarn, right? In JavaScript world. Let's move on. I'm gonna switch.
Let's move on. We've solved the problem.
Yeah.
Which is, and the whole point of this, of course, was to run the shell. And now, can I do import factory? Is it a string? No, it's not a string. Yes, I can import factory. And how did we use this? I look in the test, I look in the factories.
We don't use it yet.
No, I'm just curious. So I imported factory, and then I need to import maybe models as well. Import.
No, you have to import this file, import the factory file.
Oh, this file. Yeah, of course. Import, and then it should be API dot tests
Dot factories.
I cannot factories dot project.
Yeah, let's try that.
Yeah, that seemed to work.
Okay, so now you should be able to instantiate this guy.
So
just say
yeah, project. You're right, of course. Project, and you should then be.
You should be able to autocomplete this project factory now.
You'd think so, but we would be wrong. So how do you instantiate a class in Python? I can't remember.
But just say .new. Okay, just call .new on it. Let's see. Or yeah.
Yeah, I can't do it's like that. No, project factor is not defined.
Okay.
Why are you not defined? Is project defined? No.
Factory Django. In Django, using the factory Django model factory. How does it? Can you say project dot objects dot all parentheses? Right, and what does it say?
Oh, if I do it without parentheses, I do get a bound method object.
Yeah, but what sort of error message did you get?
I got a operational error, no such table API underscore project. So maybe I need to migrate because that's
try that because we should at least be able to get the
this is good. Your models and apps API have changes, right? So I need to run manage py, make migrations, and then probably projects.
Or do I just without it? Just run it without it.
Okay, right. So we created model project, so that's good. So now if I go back into shell, I should, without having any imports, be able to say.
Yeah, you should just be able to say project factory, but you can't do that apparently. Project is project dot all. Just do project dot objects dot all. Sorry.
No, I think I still need to import it.
But the thing is, when you open this with managed py, it's like when you see, like in Rails IRB is one thing, but Rails console preloads the entire application, and I thought that this shell thing does, you know. But if you just say project now, just say project without anything, without parentheses.
Yeah. This one.
Okay, so
I imported it manually.
Okay, so now you should be able to do project.objects.all. You should be able to navigate with the up arrows. With parentheses. With parentheses. Right, and you still get the.
Yeah. No such table.
Yeah, why not? API project. Why is that?
But
well, we will get into this problem when we actually use the factory, because the factory relies on the underlying table, and it will error out. So.
Oh, wait a minute. I ran make migration, but then I didn't run migrate.
Oh, okay.
Because why would they bundle those?
Okay.
So right. Now let's go back into shell. Let's just see, did that? No. So I'm going to import that. And now if I do project, dot objects dot all parens. Yeah.
Yes, good. All
We
right.
get an empty query set.
Yeah,
Okay,
because we don't have
nice.
any project, right? So now we want to see project. Now we need to import this project factory.
Right. So that's going to be
Apparently,
API dot tests. No, tests. What do you remember?
tests.
Tests plural dot factories dot project. Okay, so now I should have the class project factory.
So now you should be able to say project factory with what?
It's not defined. And this
So
didn't.
what did we call it? Let's go back to the file. What project factory? Right, factory API model. Right, the F, right?
df. And it didn't raise an error when I imported it. Do I have to give the... No, I can't. It's not... Do I have to say from API? Yeah, okay. Check this out. I probably have to say from api.tests.factories.project import project factory. And now if I say project factory,
Wait.
It has this.
Yeah, and just store. You have to. We want to call parentheses on it. You know, that's how you execute. It's like JavaScript. You know. And now project.
And can I do that title? Foo!
Ah! Yeah, right.
Wow, we got there. Great. Hooah. All right. So the reason we're cheering is because we, it's a title, foo, and does the description work? Of course it does. And I can autocomplete. But now's the question, can we, I guess it's not that interesting, but if I say project 2, project factory, and I say title is equal to
whatever, Baz or whatever.
Baz. Then if I now look at project 2 dot title, and I look at project 2 dot description, we should still have bar in there. Right. Oh, okay,
right.
Great.
This is standard factory. That's great, because then if you want to change something, you change it. If not, you don't.
Otherwise, it defaults to whatever you set in the factory. So here's where we eventually will introduce Faker. But hey, one thing at a time, right?
Right.
Cool. Let me interrupt this. And so we know we have access to this when we import project factory specifically. So I'm wondering in our tests.
Yes. So now we can just in the.
We have two files here. We have
setup.
The tests, and this one you may notice didn't run. Because if I run, baby steps. So if I run this, it just finds one test. I believe that if I rename this and just put tests
underscore, right?
Yeah, I wonder if it has to be plural or not. We're going to try both. Now, yes, it has 2 tests. Okay. Can it be? Okay. It has 2 tests, and it gets an assertion error. Because it gets a 404. So let's see what it's trying to do, because I can't remember this test, right? Like, first of all,
let's use let's in the setup, let's create that. Let's use this factory first, right? So you just
but then I have to say from can I say factories from here? Yes, I can. Import project factory. We only have. Do I have to say .project here? Probably. Okay, right now it looks green.
Right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Sure.
Maybe not. We'll tweak it. I mean, this is going to work. So we can say here, project is equal to.
I don't even think you have to store it in a. But let's move it down a notch and pass in the valid data as because we want to see if if it works with yeah. So now you should have a project that has a test and test as a description, right? As a title
Yeah.
and description. Okay, in principle.
But en principe. And so then it's running this test.
Which means in principle that you could set a breakpoint there, like a red dot, run it from within the VS Code, and you should be able to do projects.objects.all parentheses, and you should see this project, right?
That is what should happen. Vamos a ver. So I'm running this. It's doing a bunch of stuff.
Right. And go to the debug console.
All right.
Oh no, there's
no,
an import error. No.
It got a system error.
So what did you miss to import?
Factories. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
But no. Factories. Oh yeah. Okay.
Wait.
No.
Is it not? It's called factories.
So tests.
So do I have to say this?
Yeah, try that.
What is the keyboard command for this?
There's no
Shift
keyboard.
Command D. Okay. All right. Well, we got no issues.
Step forward one step, because this one hasn't been executed yet.
Boom.
Right. No,
Okay.
that wasn't. Well. Anyway, go to the debug console and just do. No, that's the terminal. There's a debug console.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Right. And now project.objects.all. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know, right? No.
Oh, perhaps we jumped.
Yeah, we jumped too much. So let's.
So move the dot as. Where did you put the dot? Let's have a look at the test.
Why is test up here? Yeah, should I put it on 6 instead?
No, put it on 8 instead. There you go. We want to execute 7.
Yeah. Shift Command D. Why are you not? Okay. Right. So we're on 7. I go to the debug console. I look at prod. They're trying to kill me. Project. But project factory, is that?
No. We want to see.
That's defined. No, but this is interesting. Like, I don't have access to project here. Project factory has worked. Look, that is loaded it correctly. But I need to import the actual project as well, I think.
Okay, but you can do that from the console, I think.
Oh, maybe, yeah. From API.models, that's not going to work, is it? Import project. It didn't yell. So now, do I have project? Yes, I do. Do I have project.objects? Come on, really?
No. Parentheses.
Yes. Yeah, right. And it's an empty query set.
Oh, it's an empty query set.
Yeah. Why are
But you execute the project factory command from here, just with an
yeah. Project factory empty. And now if I run .all, it's still an empty query set. Wait, do we need to store it? Are we missing something in? Oh, that's interesting. Look, but are we missing something? Missing something here. Do we need a serializer to store something? Absolutely not. That would be crazy.
According to the docs, this should work. Like if you just.
Oh no. Here we do. here is the query set. There is where the query set is defined in the controller.
But that's a controller.
But look, I mean, this says query set. That's what they've called it.
Well, but they do it on line 12 too, right? It's a query
I'm
set for that
thinking that
particular.
I'm thinking that when we run objects.all, it goes through the controller for
I
some
don't
reason.
think so. I disagree totally because
Yeah.
this is a ORM command, right? So no, this is just more of a controller method that will be hit when you access it through the interface or through the application. But now we're in the console, we should be able to communicate directly with the database, right? If
No,
you
my I mean, I agree with you. Do you have a
no, so Rick, given that there is a user, right?
yeah.
If we do this, there's no users, and if you use the user factory, just
Hmm.
kick it as you yeah, by just with default settings,
Hmm.
and run objects all later, you should have a new user. You understand?
Yep.
And then, and if you keep running it, of course, nothing will happen. But if you create another one, then you should have another one, right? This is what we need to achieve at this point, and I do not understand. We did achieve it in the console, in the shell, right? Didn't we?
We did, yeah.
Yeah. So why aren't
Well,
we?
did we? Yes, we did. We did.
Yeah. So why not
Do I
here?
need to do I need to store? No, because they're not storing it. They're just calling it.
No. Perhaps we're in a different database or something. Perhaps we're. So I don't know. But let's just continue to write the test as if we
As
achieve
if we saw.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand. Okay, I'm not going to touch the views. I'm not going to touch manage.py, obviously. I'm going to close this for a second. I do want to look at the file structure. Okay, so this test is the one we're interested in. We are running a setup. We hope that it's being stored to the database. We will see.
Mm.
I wonder if I set the breakpoint
Yeah. There's
here.
something wrong with the client with getting the thing right. So you were getting a 404. So this is a web. I mean, it's an HTTP error. But what?
Well, now I'm getting line 7 in setup. Valid data. Oh, because it's not an object, is it?
No, it's so
It's a
how?
dictionary.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
you just set the attributes, right? Yeah. So do you want to store it as a string? I don't know. Let's forget about that. Let's not do it now. Let's just use the base, the
yeah,
default factory.
right. We're getting this
Yeah, and
404.
this is a
Uh,
web thing. So there's something wrong with the URL probably. How did we manage that in the other test? We did HTTP,
we did test server, right?
right?
So, or oh gosh, come on, keyboard ninja. Let's just grab that. Let's head back here. Let's paste that in. We don't want users. We just want projects. We test that. Projects should have nothing, right? Because we haven't registered a URL. So we need to go into not API, but app. And in URLs, we need to create a new URL pattern. However, I believe that we could do that. And I'm wrong. I thought we could do it. I think we are allowed to create a URL in here as well if we just want to deal with the
Yeah,
API
but
URLs.
we
But
sh
let's stick to here for now, so we have it all together, and then we can
okay.
move them. So I'm going to just say path projects. This is interesting. Now there is no API. There is no API URL. So basically, you know what we
Yeah,
can do? We can do this. We can do it as a
yeah, route to register project.
router.register
Right, and now
project.
you have to create a project view set.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
probably need to Yeah, we are importing all the views. So I'm interested, if I now run the test, I should be getting an error. Yeah, okay,
that
that's
there
good.
is no such view. But the lack
Yeah.
of generators is pissing me off.
Ditto. Ditto. But let's go into views inside of API. And here we see two classes. So let's do a class, and we call it project viewset. It also has a viewsets dot model viewsets that it inherits from. It's an API point that allows projects or groups. No, yeah, groups is there, projects there to be edited. So then it has something called query set projects. I probably need to import project, right? See, this is weird.
Yeah, just import.
No,
No,
that's
no, no,
yeah.
no, 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 no. That's not it.
No, not there. But since they're importing user and group, we need to import project as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
I'm just going to put at the bottom, honestly. So from API dot models import project. Okay. We don't have a serializer yet.
No.
But here is the important thing, right? Like,
Yeah.
we don't want to require is authenticated
No.
for now. So how do I turn this off?
Just comment it off.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that Django default. We'll see.
Yeah, I would.
But
I would comment out the serializer as well. Actually, for now, just see if you can get if there is a default serialization.
Okay, well, what is it saying now?
Complaining about the serializer.
It's complaining that these are hard to read, huh?
Yeah, it's at the bottom somewhere, I think.
Yeah, assertion error. Project view set should either include a serialized class attribute or override the get serializer class.
Okay, so we need to create a serializer.
Sounds like the truth to me. So let's say class project serializer.
Yep.
And it needs some. Oh, come on! I wanted that.
Yes. And just remove the URL because we don't have that. And you have to import the project here. Yeah, there's a lot of imports here, man. A lot of imports.
Can I just type in project? Will it figure out what I want? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
It did. At least that's nice. Okay.
Yes, you should be able to run this now.
Yeah. So you're quite right. Project serializer, I need to import it.
You know what I wonder if you can import all of these things.
Look, with a import like dot for everything.
No, let's not do that. But or in init.py, you know this. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, you were right. We went green.
Oh.
So hang on.
But we don't have an assertion, I think, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. No, we are looking for 200.
All right.
Okay, let me. I know you don't like manual testing, but since we're just testing this out, let me do a /manage py run server.
Mm-hmm.
And then let me go ahead and visit localhost 8000. Let me make this a bit bigger because now, right, here are our projects. If we visit this, okay.
Right.
We actually achieved what we wanted to achieve, but we should probably write some real tests because I want to see if this database thing is working or not.
Yeah, you wanna check for data at least in this. Like you wanna create. So we create one project in the setup, so you can remove line 6 now. But
wait a minute. Look.
Response data
0, but we did run Project Factory. This should be 1.
And length. Put a debugger there and let's have a look at the response.
I don't like this debugger thing. Okay, it's Command Shift D and then space. All right, so we're here. Let's go into the console.
And just take
we'll
a
look
look
at
at the response.
response. So you have a bunch of stuff. Let's do response.data. Empty array.
Right. Right.
So let's go back. I'm going to stop this. And let's go and just compare, because when we, in our other test, what do? We only look for the 200. We have not looked at the actual users, nor are we do create them manually.
Yeah.
Um,
You know what? Let's go to the test and skip the factory for a second, just to run an experiment. If we just say, if you import project in here, and then you say project objects create, and then you manually you manually create it. So well, I think you need to say projects.objects.
Shouldn't this?
Well,
no, yeah, this dot create, is that? No. Oh
right.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's not white.
No. It should be project dot create. That's how I would. And then pass in.
So I see. So
no. Project dot create.
Yeah.
Right.
And then pass, but
yeah, some attributes. Right. Let's try that. You don't even have to store it in a variable.
Kill the server. Oops. I'm gonna kill the server again.
Well, that's no. This is all right. Yeah. Okay.
And run tests. So we failed one.
Okay, so it's project.objects.create, right?
Oh yeah, right.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
Oh look, and now it went. Okay, but hey, this is good. Look, we got an assertion error where we actually got some data back.
Right. So now you can right. So it's yeah. So it's good, but the problem is that the factory doesn't work. Do you understand?
Yeah, I do understand.
You can change that to 1, right? Because that's what.
Yeah, for sure.
So why doesn't the factory work? Right. Let's have a look at the factory. Perhaps the factory is.
Yeah. Do we need to do some kind of line in the factory where it stores it? I mean, that feels.
Django models with generic model group factory. I don't see. I'm just looking at the and
the factory docs.
Yeah, there's nothing here. Like we're still on basic usage, right? We're really on a basic usage here. Class method. We're importing.
Maybe they don't automatically store factories in the test database.
That would be the
stupidest. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's a rant and a half.
Yeah.
I'm
not. Let's open up that in test again. I know that it's a definition of insanity to run the same thing. Comment out the line 10 and open up 9, and just run it again.
Yeah.
Oh. Right. No.
Wait, no. Yeah, because I changed it to 1. No. Yeah, of course.
Right.
But why? Can I just see if I can get it working in shell again? Because I'm in shell. I'm gonna import from API.models import factory. Okay. That did not work. Import project. Jesus. Okay, I'm going to import from API dot tests dot factories import project factory dot project. So I missed the dot project. Okay. So I have project, sanity check. I have project factory. Let's look at the references. Okay, great. So, and I can say project dot objects dot all. Sorry, dot all, and it's an empty query set.
But you didn't say project factory with parentheses.
Yeah, I know. I was just looking at the reference. I'm going to run it now. I'm doing this a bit granularly.
Okay,
sorry.
okay, no, sorry.
So now I'm running this.
Right.
Okay, now I will run project.objects.all, and I get an empty query set.
Well,
do I have to say project factory like .save or something? Because if I say, because remember, we actually look. I can say project.
Okay. Here's the deal. Do project factory .create with parentheses.
Yeah, I like that. Project factory .create parentheses.
Right.
And now let's look at what we got.
What the fuck?
It's like it's looking.
And it's project factory with parentheses is an equivalent of my project factory .create, so it's the same thing, you know. So it should work anyway. Why isn't it working?
Look, I just need some more sanity checks.
Right. There are two strategies. Either you can build the object, which is very common that you want to do, but without saving it. That's the equivalent of rails.new, command. Or you can create, which instantiates a local object and saves it to the database. So do we have to configure what database it's being saved to? I don't know. It shouldn't be this way, right?
Especially not in this test setup. But if I say project.create, right now, of course. Now project.objects.
Okay. I have an idea.
Oh,
what?
So when I ran
save on it,
project factory, and I saved it in a variable, and then I ran .save on it, it's now in the query set.
Okay, so we can shorten this. Okay, so let's go to the. You can kill this shell. Go to the test and just say .save on line 9, right?
Should it be like this?
No. First you instantiate, then .save with parentheses. You should be able to chain commands in Django, in Python, right? So let's run the test now. Right.
Oh my God, you're brilliant.
Okay, but there is another way of, if you go to the factory for a second. I just want
to... which I closed, of course. Here it is.
Right. So, and it inherits from factory.factory. Let's say. Right. So change that factory to the .factory to Django model factory. No, the big one. The
this
class.
one.
Yeah, the class. Right.
Django.
With no. Capital D. It's a constant.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Let me just remove the Django.
Well, no. Perhaps if it popped up, then okay, remove it and see what's up. Okay, yeah? let's run it now without the save now.
Yeah. I got you. Okay, so it has maybe .Django.
Yeah. Yeah, it is Django. Actually, I see that now. Right. Right.
Hey.
Right. Okay. So that simplifies it for us. Then we don't have to call dot. So hidden. Okay. So here's, I don't appreciate the structure of the documentation.
Wow.
But hidden inside of the docs, you can see that if you want to use Django with ORMs or Factory Boy with ORMs, it says, so it says here that the first version of Factory Boy was designed specifically for Django, but the library has now evolved to be framework independent.
Yeah.
So most features should feel quite familiar to Django users. And all factories for a Django model should use the Django model factory base class. So you need to inherit from that, right? So so that's how I figure it out. But it's not very simple. Anyway, we are here. Good.
Okay.
But let's now we need to check for the serialization. Do you understand? Like,
Yeah.
because response data 1 doesn't really cut it for me, right? I need to see that it has foobar.
What should we call that?
With title. This is a good one.
Test title.
No, you can actually, no, you know what? You don't even have to create a new test case. Just add another assertion to this one. Right, there you go. No, it gave you this. There you go.
Oh,
there you go. That's
wow.
That's
All
so
right.
fucked up. I'm sorry. No, it's not fucked up because it's a collection.
Yeah. All right. Well, it went green.
Yep.
I mean, now I'm just like, oh, I guess. What? You can't figure out the description? Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, but
should I test for? There it is. Description and bar. Right. Oh. Amazing.
Right. Okay. Good. So,
did we learn something?
We yeah.
Yeah, we learned.
Yeah.
We didn't like, but we learned.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah, like this factory Django. So again, explain this to me. When we were doing factory.factory, that's like the more generic designed to work in every framework, and so it's not saving to the database for you because it's going to look all different depending on what framework you're using.
Right.
Must be it, right?
Yeah.
But if we feed it that it's Django model factory, then it's hunky dory.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, let me commit this and push it up.
So we should push it up. We should merge this or whatever. We should deploy this. No, we need to research how can we switch from SQLite to Postgres.
Yes. Let me just say, need a little happy emoji for this one. There a green check mark or something? Get a crown for this one. Configures factory boy. No, I'll just say project factory, and adds and passes implements project index request spec. Okay, and we'll do a git push origin test setup, and I can also say git stash drop because I don't need that anymore. And if you're wondering why I'm still getting this, it's because it's looking at Thomas, I think. Yeah, well, that's okay.
So you can, right, so I need to pull from you. What is, let's switch over to me for a sec because I need to update this P or this branch. So I'm just going to do git status.
Actually, it's possible that I opened the PR. Hang on. Yeah, I opened the PR.
Oh, then push up to yours. Push up and then...
No. Yeah, I pushed up to mine, so it's good. No. It's just my local host is like looking at you.
Oh, okay.
Which is why, because we use the little git bash prompt.
Right.
So,
right.
you know.
So what you can do is just modify the title because it's work in progress and also test setup. So we had another title on the issue tracker. And then I will just merge this, right?
Yeah, let me just head over to the project because I have forgotten. Let me make this a lot bigger. Hey, Art Nouveau, how are you doing? Right. Just want to grab this. I'm going to head over here. Boom. And I'm going to save that. And I should also, if I just grab, this is kind of nice. If I just grab the link to this and add that as a comment, then that should just say number 2. All right. And I've marked it as ready for review. So
right, let's head over to this one. Let's just,
yeah.
We have 19 files changed, so we need to
19. Oh, but it's because we moved the directory up one level. So I think ultimately it's actually only like 2 or 3 files.
Yeah, let's go over this real quickly. And
yeah.
So the VS Code loud JSON is okay. Init.py, yeah, clean this up. This is some stuff from me.
Okay. Init.py, and in what directory?
In API directory.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, with pleasure.
Right. So this is viewed. Right. So we don't have the app folder anymore, right?
No, we do have app. Because app, and we have to have app because that's where URLs and settings live.
But okay, so why do you? Because okay, the problem here is that I have an. Look at my screen for a sec. I have an API folder here.
Yep.
And then inside, I still have an API folder here. Can you just check your folder structure?
In your API folder. Oh, I need to destroy it, but I thought I would have done that with the git add all commit. So in my API folder, there is no API folder. In my app folder, there is no API folder.
I have an API folder in the
so
app.
Let me
look
yeah.
At,
yeah. Let me do this.
Yeah, no problem.
So I'm gonna go and just confirm that in the PR. Actually, I have to go to my repo and have a look. And here we have app and API, and inside of app, rather. No. Inside of API. I don't see that here. What the heck is happening?
Yeah.
I think that's showing up on the PR little menu there because as things currently stand, that directory still exists, but it will be removed.
Don't you have to clear the cache and push up or something like that again, or?
No, because if I go to my actual branch,
yeah,
the structure is correct.
Okay.
All right. So that's just a GitHub
gotcha.
kind of.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let me just reload this guy. Just see if it's changed anything. You have an API and API. Okay. Anyway, let's. Did you remove the stuff from the init? No, you didn't.
No, I haven't pushed up yet because I wanted to see if there was anything else.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. Push that up and see if that changes the structure.
Okay.
Yeah. Clean up.
Just status. Say -m cleans comments. Git push origin test setup. All right, that's up. You should see a refresh or something. There it is.
There it is, and it still has the same. Anyway.
No, I think it has to have that structure because it needs to show you what files have actually been deleted. It doesn't tell you that they've been moved, right? And so GitHub shows you those directories and doesn't show you that they're going to be removed.
So so which one should be still here? This one or this one?
The first one.
The first one. Okay, let's just work with it. Okay, migrations initial models. That's the project model. That's good. Right, it's auto-generated by Django, so nothing to do here. We need to clean this up, I guess.
Okay, which
that's the API models py.
Yep. API models.
Well, unless we want the created at and updated at.
Yeah, we don't get those automatically.
Well, no.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna add it all in, and
Then you need to recreate the run migrations and push.
yeah. Should I migrate? Oh, I have to actually run make migrations before. That's kind of weird. I mean, I get it that it's smart. Make migrations. Oh my God, it is impossible to add the field created at and auto now add true to project without providing a default. This is because the database needs something to populate existing rows. Provide a one-off default now, which will be set on all existing rows. Quit and manually defined a value models. So I guess I'll select one. Okay, so time zone.
Yeah, just
now,
hit.
please.
Just you don't have to modify that. Just hit enter. Right.
Okay, and now I can say / manage by migrate. Is that it? Yeah. Migrate, okay, that's done. Right. Okay. So I'll add everything. Get ci-am, and I'll say adds adds attributes to project model and get push origin test setup. All right. Close this. Leave anything in the serializer? No. Oh, but there is one thing. In views, there's a comment. Should I remove that? The permission classes?
Yep.
Okay. Let me just get status, get ci-am, oops, permissions comment, let's push origin test setup. All right.
Right, so let's go over to me. Right, so we have this options for ordering, alter model options, migration. All the projects. Oh, that's the new migration that was created.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that we don't have to write that, at least. Thank you for that. Description, updated, created. Right, that's this one. Good stuff. Fields, URL name. This, yeah, right. So we're just adding this title description. We don't serialize the created at. Could have done that, but that's not important. We don't have it. Well, no, shoot. We need to we need to serialize the ID.
Yeah, we do. Because we don't get that automatically.
No. So you have to write a test for it, so that it should have an ID.
I like what's happening. Let's do it. That's some real test-driven development.
At least we should. Well, we can't foresee what ID it has, but
we could test for it being present. I mean, what do we have?
Right. Yes. So
we have assert raises, rejects, matches. Assert greater true.
Assert true. No. Is greater than format. Format. Oh shoot.
I mean, we could assert true, and we could say contains response.data.keys.contains ID or something.
Right. Yeah.
We could just say this. Response data 0 ID asserts true, right? Like.
Right. Yeah. It should. Yeah. Run it, and we'll see.
Yeah. That's a good point. Just run it. Right. Key error ID. So that's promising, even if it's not very descriptive. But key error. Okay, yeah. ID is not there.
Right.
So then we go.
We just add it
to the serializers. But the question is.
It should have it increment. It should increment. Right. So just in fields, just add ID.
Oh God. Sorry, my brain is slowing down. All right, so now if I run the test, of course we go green. But my question is,
Does it contain something? Is it empty?
oh, yeah, ID 1.
Right.
Do you want to create a new one?
No. No, no, no. No.
I mean, like this is right now. If I do a GET request, ID 1 and 2, it works.
Oh, then that's awesome. That's exactly what we need.
Yeah.
There is something called JSON loads, so we can check for the. See, that's the thing. We have we can assert JSON structures, but let's deal with it later. No problems. This is great. So
all right, so I'm going to
this,
kill
yeah.
this server, clear this, and say git status, git ci-am, and I'm going to say adds ID attribute to project serializer. Git push origin test setup. All right.
All right, back to me.
Yep.
Let's refresh. Right, so serializers, right. We have the ID, right, awesome. And then we have projects by full bar, right. Good stuff. Test projects index, and we are checking for a lot of stuff. Okay, good stuff. And then testing API. We should probably get rid of this, right? Shouldn't we?
I am inclined to agree.
But then again, if we should probably do that in a chore, because we should get rid of this group class at all, and we're not going to use the group for anything.
No.
We're going to use roles. It's going to be as a group, but it's still not
But
going to be.
we've been calling it roles everywhere else, so we should stick to that. Yeah.
But let's just add a ticket for this. Let's keep it.
Okay,
because it's out of scope, right? Cleaning is out of scope.
Yeah.
And we are importing the project serializer. And why did we import this project here? Oh, because we need the query set, right? Of course. Yep. Right, from API import views, right. Okie dokie. And this is just requirements stuff. Okie dokie. Looks good. Load diff. Why is this? Okay, because we removed that. No, API. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Or moved it, whatever.
Yeah. All right. GTM.
Wow.
I know.
Did we actually? We did.
And we're gonna squash and merge, right?
Yep.
And it's co-authored with me.
Nice.
Awesome. So now you can remove that branch, I guess.
Yeah, I'm deleting the branch. And we can close the issue, I guess.
Yep. I'm gonna let you do that.
All right, do that, and I'm gonna be fancy, and I'm gonna close the issue. It's in review, and it just passed review, so I'm gonna close the issue here in our project's beta interface. It's closed. I close this. I drag this over to done. And for sanity, I don't care about my repo. I care about Craft Academy's Art Nouveau API. Okay, it hasn't updated yet. No, closed. It just, this interface never updates with the rest. And there's one closed here. So we are good to go.
Goody. And we've been at it for a while, hour and a half, I guess. And I wonder, should we continue, because there are things on the agenda. It's 11 o'clock. So perhaps we should stop now. We
Okay.
have some research to do. I have
For the Postgres stuff. Yeah, I saw some
yeah,
blog posts. So it shouldn't be too bad.
right, because our next objective needs to be to push this out to Heroku, and we will also push up the client to Netlify,
Yep.
and we will connect the dots because we have an endpoint.
Yep.
So even if we can't authorize or authenticate users and stuff like that yet, doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Right, it doesn't matter. We should be able to at least see the list of projects
Yeah.
on our deployed client.
Yeah.
It's going to be some DevOps.
Love the DevOps.
Yeah. I think this was good.
This feels good too. I think we were starting to get a handle of the Django way of doing things.
Yeah.
And ups and downs. I'm sure that when you spend a lot of time on Django and you kind of live and breathe this app structure of different functions inside your project, you can become very mighty.
Yeah.
I guess like you read this stuff about Python, it's like people use it because of all the data science tools that are available to you. So for any kind of machine learning product, it's nice to have a backend that automatically interfaces with scikit-learn, which is the Python library that you can do a lot of training of models on, etc.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, let's wrap it up. This did feel good, even if.
I mean, we made progress, and I feel less suicidal. That's a bit
That's
of an
part of
understatement.
the modern condition.
Yeah. I just want to before we take off, whoever is watching, we do record these pair programming sessions that tend to be a little bit long sometimes. But then again, programming takes time, and we're working on this project that we call Art Nouveau, and you did such a great elevator pitch last time, so I'm gonna give it to you. Ping it over to you.
Yeah. So Art Nouveau envisages a platform where artists and developers can connect and work on projects together. So the thinking there is that, if you're starting out or if you're an experienced developer and you just want to have some fun, maybe you want to build some weird web art and you want to collaborate with someone who maybe doesn't have that much technical background and, put something unusual and weird on your resume and make cool stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. So we use React for the front end, and we know React. I wouldn't say that we are expert because we're still learning, but React is within our scope of knowledge. But we want to challenge ourselves, and so we went with Python, and after some deliberation with Django REST Framework for building the API. And here we are. You can follow us, Nomads of Code. It's a small channel, but we love all the followers, and we're also on Twitch. I think we're on Twitch, right? Yeah, we are on Twitch.
Yeah.
Nomads_of_code.
Well, infinite loop.
Yeah, look, this is great. Wow.
Yeah. Nice.
Follow us on Twitch or on YouTube. Send us a chat message on either platforms if you want to collaborate. We love to collaborate.
We do.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Yep. That's us. And now we will take Friday. I have an hour or so of work to do, but then I'm gonna head off to Antikrundan.
Excellent. I actually bought an antique lamp last night.
You did?
Yeah, I switched to my screen. I can show you. And this Bukowski's is a Swedish auction house. And I believe this website is written entirely in Ruby on Rails.
Oh, really?
I think so. And they have like some really fancy WebSocket things going on.
All right. So
This updates live.
so
But here's the lamp.
oh, it's a beautiful lamp.
It's a Swedish classic, Bumling. It's I think my wife has sort of tricked me because this will very much clash with our kitchen floor, and she hates the kitchen floor.
So she wants to.
So
Okay,
so
okay.
she really wanted this lamp, and so now I have to like kind of commit to changing the tiles in the kitchen, which I'm so lazy. It's incredible. But anyway, I'm excited to go pick this lamp up on Monday.
So here's the thing. Two things before we go. I want you to copy the URL to Bukowski's and then type in another URL in your browser called buildwith.com.
Yeah. Which I
It's one
usually
word. One word.
have. I was just there the other day.
All right.
Built with. There it is.
There it is. Let's have a look if your theory is right. Facebook, Apple, Ruby on Rails token. There you go. You were right. Yeah.
And but they're using some kind of styling thing, which if we just open up, I'm gonna do this in a private Bukovskis.com and do a little bit of inspection here. They use something called I think, what is it? It's a styling framework. I can't remember. Anyway, I had a good time bidding on this because it's like eBay, it's live stuff. No, they've clearly spent some time on this.
We should drop them an email, say that we have some Rails developers. Now that Lucia will start working with us, we should. Yeah. All right, open up your Slack. I sent you a list of Tadeusz Antiquity that will be used. Yeah, this is the one, right?
Nice. Oh, but it's in great shape.
Yeah, and the string is just to hold the key. There's a key that you can use to
wind it up.
Yeah, wind it up. Right.
Yeah, nice.
Now the second guy looks a bit tired in terms of his back pain.
Yeah. Well, right. Spend your life on a motorcycle. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. So this is the one that Tadeusz will present to the. Hopefully he can get it appraised. I don't know. I mean, he's very eager to just go there and see the record, the set and everything. Unfortunately, it's going to rain, so
it's Swedish summer. It wouldn't be Swedish summer without rain.
Yeah.
Well, have a good trip. Have a good weekend, and to everyone who might be watching, same.
And same to you, my brother.
Yeah.
Let's hook up whenever we have a spare moment to code. Okay.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right.